sunset safari. So Andrew and myself, Andrew's on camera with me this morning, we were all set up for a beautiful sunrise start until we heard the lions calling right close to Twin Dams. So Stef is making his way towards them. They've just crossed over Gowrie Main, which is the road that I'm on now. And I'm going to stand by here on Gowrie Main to see if the Matimbas come out. It sounds like it's the Birmingham boys who are calling. And at the moment, we're still not sure exactly what happened last night. We know that yesterday the Birmingham boys were between the two males, the two Matimba males, just on either side of them, just to the south, a couple of 100 meters to the south of us. And it's been something of a chilly start. You can see all of the mist in the road ahead of us. It is 11 degrees centigrade, which is 51 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's really, really chilly to be driving this fast. And for those of you who might be joining us for the first time and you're not too sure what I'm talking about, when I mention the Birmingham Lions, it is a coalition of 5 young boys who've started to cause a little bit of chaos in this area. They are in the middle of a pride takeover from the 2 older Matimba males, the hairy belly and ginger Matimba male, who have been dominant in this territory for the last few years. There's been a lot of noise and a lot of friction between the 2 groups. I'm just going to slow down here. So the one Matimba male was just a couple of 100 meters off to our right in Little Gowrie, and the other Matimba male was a little bit further along towards the other side of Cheetah Cut Line. And this is a live safari, so everything that you're seeing right now is happening right here on Djuma and Arathusa game reserves in the Sabi Sands. We are right on the southern boundary. Like this is one of my favorite times, probably my favorite time to be out in the bush. It's filled with the expectation of what the day will bring, and it's crisp and clear. To drop off.
Then when you sit down, don't do that. concentrations of this pollution. You from sharing the sighting with us, but that is how it goes out here in the middle of Africa. We are in the sticks out here where we are. These 5 male lions, and now 5 of them have joined up with one another and are now making their way slowly in a northwesterly direction, marking territory the whole time. It's actually quite phenomenal to see. I think I'm going to follow them through here. The one male lion that's down there, they're walking in a sort of a formation with one another, following the blondie male, the older of them all, going through this monkey thorn thicket. It's been quite an adventure to keep up with them. I think what they were doing was just waiting for the group, all of them, to catch up with one another. Here you can see some stretching. It looks like they're going to take some time. Oh no, they're just busy sniffing some dung here. They don't look like they're hungry. They do look a bit hungry, I must be honest. They haven't eaten last night. Have a look at this. Isn't that fantastic? Let's follow them, becoming part of their procession for the day. Ephraim, excuse me, it is Mamba Road. We're going to be coming out on Mamba Road now. That if you come probably about 300 meters up the road from them, you come east up the road from them, you should get us visual. We're probably 50 meters or so up the road now. Not that I can see. You should get me audio though. Just on the radio now. I'm the only one in the sighting at the moment. Where we found them was very thick bush, and only our vehicles, these little nimble vehicles that we got, could actually stay with them. So it's just trying to get Ephraim, who's the one that actually found them this morning, into the sighting as well, so that he can see as well. These 5 males look like they're just ambling along. It doesn't look like they're trying to pick a fight. They're definitely going somewhere. That blonde male in the front has got a plan in his mind, you can see that. While I'm driving through the bush, I'm also not trying not to tree him, doing a heroic job of actually sticking himself to the seat here. They are exhibiting some funny behavior. I see them sniffing one another. They're not sniffing around, but they're definitely sniffing one another. And this is that male that was at the buffalo kill with all the scars on him. He seems to be healing up quite nicely, but nonetheless, he still carries a bit of a black eye from his encounter with a Styx lioness. Now to choose which direction to go. Alright, so we're going to leave it for a little bit. They've now walked through this thick patch of bush, leaving us behind, even in these nimble little cars. Pick the lesser of two evils, go for the smaller trees that can recover. Got another lion on our right hand side. On Mamba right now, they've just come out onto Mamba. Although it looks like they're crossing straight over. Yep, they've crossed straight over Mamba. Up the road a little bit, we're probably about 3/4 of halfway up. They've gone into some makulu shati here though. And we're gonna have to go around this bush. Some noises happening around the car here. Let's go around this bush quickly and see if we might just have to power through it. Looking for a gap here. Let's see if we can't go in here. And when in doubt, always just go for it. Sounds a lot worse than it was, that, don't worry. Watch yourself here, Liam. No, you're not going that way. Okay, so for now we've lost these lions. They have given us the slip in this massive bush. They've come through the bushes, yes, straight at us. Amazing. They're moving through this bush very easily. Watch out for the stone tree over here. So now they're getting to another donga over here. See, it seems to be opening up a little bit here in front of us. Yep. Trying our best not to get VM treed up here. We've got them in front of us. This is going to be one of the few times I think we're going to be losing these cats. In this stations, these 5 Madura and Gala are now in the middle of the block between Mamba, Battalier and Drakensberg. If I were to guess the direction, they are heading straight towards the junction with Drakensberg and Battalier. I'm unable to follow them where they are at the moment. It's become quite hilly here. That's about the best. They've now gone into a series of erosion gullies, still heading sort of northeast away from Mamba. The Drakensberg junction with Battalier, on Battalier somewhere, that's where they're going to hit you. Okay, we've got one more male line coming out this side. We're going to follow him, and then we're going to try and go around it. It's been quite a busy sighting. I'm sorry you haven't had my undivided attention. It's going down, looking very, very sleek. They're in fantastic condition still. Then there's one on the other side there as well. That one's just chewing on some grass. There they go through then. There they disappear into the distance. So what we're going to do is try and go around this thick area and see if we can pick them up on the other side. If they carry on in that specific trajectory that they're on, it shouldn't be too difficult. But let's give it a bash in any case and see where we come out. While myself and VM try and get ourselves out of this puzzle we got ourselves in, Jamie has got 2 African hawk eagles to show you, and I'm sure she's not going to be bouncing around nearly as much as what we are. So we'll keep you updated. Hopefully we can pick them up on the other side of the donga, and see you soon.
Welcome back, everyone, and an exciting morning with those Birmingham boys. And from 5 awesome predators to 2 equally awesome predators, we've just found a pair of African hawk eagles sitting in the tree, looking really, really beautiful in the morning sun. And it's very, very common to see African hawk eagles together as a pair. They hunt and move around together, they mate for life, and they will stay with their partner throughout the day. And it looks to me, just judging by size, that the one on the top is the male and the one at the bottom is the female. She is slightly bigger than he is, and they are prolific hunters of things like guinea fowl and francolin. And just an update from my side in terms of what I've been doing. While Stef was following those Birmingham boys through the block, Andrew and I were patrolling Gowrie Main, which is our southernmost boundary, just to see if the Matimbas made any sound or it made any kind of appearance. And so far it is very, very quiet from them, which is probably a very sensible decision on their part. They need to reunite before they even think about tackling the Birmingham boys. This is definitely one of my favorite birds of prey, just because they are so strikingly beautiful and very easily identifiable with those brown wings and then the flecks of brown on that white chest and the white stomach. And one further update about the various predators in this reserve. The leopard that a lot of viewers heard calling at Arathusa Dam last night and early this morning, it seems as though it was the Anderson male, but he has crossed across into Elephant Plains, so just west of our western boundary on Arathusa. And these two birds are just sitting, heating themselves up in the sun before they set off on their hunting and foraging missions. And it's very easy to identify a site where they've made some kind of kill, especially when that kill is a bird, because they pluck the feathers away from the carcass, but they tend to break the feathers at the base. So when you see broken feathers all in a circle, that tells you that it's been a kill by one of the predatory birds. And I refer to them as African hawk eagles. They are true eagles, so they have feathers all the way down to their feet, which sets them as, or defines them as one of the true species of eagle, and they are one of the smaller ones. And the reason that they've got the name hawk eagle is because they've got a very similar shape to the slightly smaller hawks. These two eagles will have a territory in this area that they will keep permanently and defend from other hawk eagles. And not only are they seen mostly together, but they're also very, very good at coordinating their hunts. So the male and female will work together to hunt whatever prey species are out there. I think that it's time for us to continue on our search for some of the other animals that are out here. I've really enjoyed this sighting with these two eagles. They are very, very beautiful birds. But it's time for us to move on and see what else we can find, as I'm sure Stef is looping around to try and relocate those Birmingham boys. They're one of the smaller eagle species, and to see one with a guinea fowl is actually quite incredible, because guinea fowls are quite stocky birds, and I've seen them before almost, it seems, effortlessly. Thank you, Andrew. My door was swinging open. I've seen them effortlessly carrying guinea fowl onto their perches of trees where they can consume them safely. So quite extraordinary feats of strength from a bird that's not particularly big. phenomenal how fast it warmed up this morning. Although that might be just because we've slowed down a little bit. However, Stef has found those Birmingham boys once again, and we shall continue our search while you cross back across to Stef and have a look at those beautiful lions.
Well, welcome back. It was a bump and a crash and a smash and a scratch, but myself and Via managed to get ourselves out of that spot, and we refound them again on the other side of that thicket. Can you believe? They were very obliging and lying next to the road, so it wasn't too difficult to find them in actual fact. And there's a hyena that's just run straight into these lions. Getting out of dodge very quickly. I think that hyena just realized that he was in some trouble. As you can see, they're not interested in hyena this morning. These guys have been walking through some thick bush this morning. Wow. Still busy moving, can you believe it? Definitely going somewhere. They're heading, so if I were to pick a vector, they're heading straight towards Buffelshoek. Where they're going, I don't know. What they're doing, I don't know. Got some fresh scratches on his back and on his shoulders. I haven't heard that they've been in any fights. I was expecting them and the Matimbas to have a fight with one another. Got some smells in their nose. There's still one lion left now, and the other one has walked off there. I think let's just give them... Looks like they want to start calming down for the day. They haven't walked too far from where they were reported to have been yesterday. Probably as the crow flies about 2 or 3 kilometers. Looks like they're calming themselves down for the morning. Busy watching this noisy car that's following them. Doesn't want to leave them alone. There's a male lion with a black eye coming through the bushes. Definitely been in a boxing match. You can see he's got that, his left eye. It was damaged in the fight. Doesn't look like it's done anything to the eye. I'm just socializing with the brothers, head rubbing. There we go. They're definitely playing hopscotch with one another, it seems. Every time I predict that they're going to... He is massive. And there he goes and flops down. Doesn't look like we're going to be moving too much further from this particular area today. Station Z's and Gala are static. We're now on the western side of Batalia. There's 2 stations in this position. Yeah, it's affirmative. I've just got 2 here with me. I don't know where the other 2 have gone. Okay, copy that. Would you like to just call this one sighting for now, and we can always split it up a bit later? Okay, we've got Karula behind there. Copy that. So folks, we've actually got Karula who's just walked into the sighting similar to the Sahina. Can you believe it? I'm just trying to see where she is. Good leopard and lion all in the same area. I doubt that they'll do anything to her, similar to one of the trackers is just pointing right here. One of these trackers is just pointing right here at the fact that we've got a female leopard that they think is Karula, which is right here. Let's see if we can see her. There's obviously quite a lot of vehicle movement around this particular place at the moment because it looks like 2 sightings have joined. I'm just trying to keep my eye on everyone and everything over here. Sightings can be quite dynamic when this sort of thing happens. Okay, so she's not really within sight of these lines. I don't think there's anything to worry about. She's a couple of 100 meters off. You just excuse me for 1 second. Ephra. Oh, sorry, Aubrey. Equin Ingwe.
Yeah, I think somewhere other side, another 2 cars.
Alright. We've got some birds making an alarm call right in front of us over here, so let's see if we can go in there. See what the story is here. We've got some birds making an alarm call, we've got lion around. got the other vehicles, yes, looking. Have a look over here and see what the story is. It's a bit bumpy. I'm sorry about all the crashing around, not really knowing where everything is or what everything's happening. Yeah, lots of finger pointing and things going on here, so I'm sure that she's going to be right here. Morning. Hey, how are you? Okay, I've got her coming straight towards us, right there, VM.
That's a video yet?
No, I've just got some trees in the way. So we have got some trees in the way. She's in very thick bush at the moment. Like I said, no danger of the lion actually catching her at the moment. She's quite far away from that. And although within sight of these lions, I doubt that anything will come of it. Especially big male lions like that won't really, unless they really have the upper first glimpse of a tail. Still just busy waiting for one quiet. I'm going to lift myself up slightly just to see over this bush that we got here. Can you see her, buddy?
Negative.
The last time I saw a tail flick was other side of this Gowrie here. Amazing, she just disappeared into fresh air. I have no doubt she's probably lying down inside there. That's what they quite often do. In any case, there's enough vehicles over here not to lose her. Okay, so we've got some. Oh, it's a civet. So that movement that we saw there was a civet, and that's exactly why she probably hasn't come out of this bush yet. She might have been hunting that civet. So that's probably exactly why she didn't come out of the bush. There was a quick flash of a civet making its way hastily away from that bush. You probably find that she's still in there.
See her? She's going to...
Okay, so VM has picked her up.
Yeah, she's coming towards us.
I still can't see her. I'm looking straight into a tree, so I'm sure that VM will try and show you on the camera. Ah, there we go. Got her. Well done, VM. Well done, everybody in the sighting. And there we have Queen Karula. Literally 50 yards away from 5 big male lions. And she doesn't have a care in the world. Have a look at that. Here the squirrel busy giving an alarm call at the moment. Wow, she is pretty. Whew. Can you believe this morning? We spent the last 4 drives frantically searching in every direction for anything that resembles a cat, and then all of a sudden we have 2 different species within 50 meters of one another. Makes you think that there might be some conspiracy going on over here. We're just losing her behind this safari vehicle. She'll come out on the other side. There we go. As you can see, completely relaxed with everything. making her way through the bush. Alrighty, now the trick is to try and get ourselves back out of the stick spot again. Not too much of a worry. VM has so far proved to be quite resilient to thorns and sticks. And I definitely think that she'd be able to get away from them if needs be. I think that there's enough trees here for her to do that. For sure. Thank you, Linda, sending through a message there saying my leopard jinx is over. It does certainly feel that way, although don't count my chickens before they hatch. It's just one leopard on one day. We'll see if my dry patch persists past this. But yeah, as it so often happens, 1, 2 or 3 quiet drives, and then all of a sudden everything just falls into place and falls back into the system again. She seems to be coming in this particular direction, so I think let's just give her the benefit of the doubt and see if she comes out where she is. She was making her way, picking her way slowly through this thicket. Where did you last see her, Vim?
Let's say straight at 3 o'clock. Good. Game drive moved off.
So, Rumay, I have to answer your question with a yes. I think that she'd be well aware of these lions are in the area. A is the breezes blowing from them to us, and B, they were vocalizing while we were having some signal issues. So she's definitely aware of them being here. But don't forget that lion and leopard coexist. They cohabit the same area, same as our hyena and leopard, same as us and these animals as well. We all live in the game reserve. We all know one another. They've seen us many times as what we've seen them. Given the upper hand, one will take out the other one. Leopard will very often and can kill lion cubs, and lion kill full-grown leopard frequently, as do our hyena and that whole big mix-up between these super predators here. But she wouldn't be terrified of them. She's an adult female leopardess. She's had many years of experience living over here, and she's seen many lions many times before. I'm sure she's very comfortable with where she is at the moment. I still have no visual of her. Did she not go behind us there? Yeah,
I've been checking.
She thought she was making her way in this direction over here. may have given us the slip, or she may be hunting something else inside this thicket. Very easy to do in this bush over here, even though we've got like 3 other vehicles in here. These leopard have a way of changing direction very quickly around the bush, and literally you lose sight of them for a second, and it's over. She'll walk right by you, right behind your vehicle, with you looking in the other direction, and that'll be it. Gone for the day. Now, we've been finding her tracks in this area. Literally, I've been tracking this female leopard in this area for the last, I don't know, 3 days. She's been up and down, up and down. Can't see her at the moment. She's definitely lying up here. Just to try and see her is going to be the next big mission. Dylan has asked if these two had to meet one another. Okay, I've got her. There's her face there. If these two had to meet with one another, who would be faster, the lion or the leopard? The leopard is slightly faster to reach top speed, slightly, and has a slightly higher top speed. But by slightly, I mean the difference between 22 meters per second for the leopard, for the lion, and 24 meters per second for the leopard. So slightly faster, slightly higher top speed gives them the slight advantage. Also, they're a little bit more agile. Lion obviously have strength in numbers, and this is where their greatest strength lies, is that they can actually cooperatively hunt a leopard down. She'd more than likely climb to the top of the tallest tree that she can, and climb to the very top of its toppest branches. I have seen leopard treed by lion before, and lion very quickly give up. They sniff around the bottom, maybe try to climb up a little bit, but they're not the best tree climbers. So leopard lion encounters usually almost always result in the leopard making a mad dash away for the tallest tree, up into the top of the branches, and then waiting there for the lions to leave. And Anne expressed another concern with the sound of all the vehicles around her. Would this hamper her ability to judge where these lions are? And not that I've seen. I've been following lion and leopard for the last 16 years in this area, and I've never seen them surprised by one another because of vehicles making a noise. While we're moving, there is a slight amount of noise, but generally speaking, we are static around most of these animals. We just move around slightly and then we switch off. They're well aware of each other. She's well aware of where the lions are. Not only that, is that both lion and leopard rarely ever launch an attack from far away. Both lion and leopard will quite often wait until they have, or wait until they're within 5 meters 6-7 yards from one another before launching an attack. At the distance that they are at the moment, they might as well be on other sides of the reserve, even though they're within sight of one another. So it's not, she's not in any danger at the moment, not that I can see. She's lying in some thick bush. She's got some good tree cover around her. The lions are lying in the open. They look like they've had quite a heavy night of patrolling around or doing what they were doing, and are flopped over on their sides, busy sleeping off the after effects of that. She's probably going to create some more distance through the day. Karula's got a big reputation for walking massive distances during the middle of the day. So she's going to be gradually creating more and more space throughout the day. And I have no doubt that those lions will be lying up in exactly the same place for the rest of the day. They look like they were just busy looking for the closest, grassiest glade to sleep in when we last saw them. For now, that's what it is. The lion and the leopard are roughly 60 yards apart at the moment. Very, very close. And I've sparked a bit of a debate on Twitter about whether or not lions can or cannot climb trees. Well, maybe I can shed some light on this debate. They can absolutely climb trees. They're just not very good at it. For one is they don't have the wrist, they don't have a specific set of ligaments and bones in their wrist to try and help them climb trees. Two is they're big. Their center of gravity is a lot higher. Relative to their height, they are quite stocky animals. So once again, center of gravity issue. Leopard are just that much more agile in trees than what lion are. They do climb trees. They can climb trees. They will climb trees to steal kills if they can get there, and to try and get at leopard that they've treed. They're just not very good at it. So anything of a great height or where the limbs of that tree don't facilitate easy climbing, lions would battle to climb up there, and usually not worth the effort. It's not worth falling out of a tree a couple of meters above the ground when you weigh 400 pounds. You're going to do yourself some injury. That being said, lion being lion and being as adaptable as what they are, will adapt to the environment. And in the northern Kafue and the Busanga Plains, lions there often spend the day in trees. A, to get away from tsetse fly, and B, because during the summer months the Busanga Plains fills up with water, and the only dry places are inside trees on top of termite mounds. And they're well known for being tree-loving lions. The lion prides around the Busanga Plains in northern Kafue of Zambia. But it's just their adaptability. It's just testimony to their adaptability, where lions would actually learn this type of behavior to overcome whatever environmental factor is over there, or where they're situated at that moment. Lions in the Sabi Sands, I've only really seen them climb trees to steal kills and to harass leopard that they've treed. But that's about it. Have a look. She's still lying out. She's looking like she wants to keep on moving. She's resting a little bit. That civet that ran away from her, and at exactly the same time there was a tree squirrel busy calling at her. Leopard, generally speaking, after a failed hunt or when they've disturbed the bush around them, will lie up for a bit. Let the bush calm down around them, and then they'd carry on. Alrighty, there she's true to form. Looking like she's gonna make her carry on going. There we go. There we go. Oh, she's a beautiful cat. I must say I've been looking at her tracks, trying to picture her. Been looking at her tracks, trying to picture her for the last couple of days while we've been tracking her up and down through this area. And watching her habits. You turned around.
No, she turned around again. Coming out, check. Let's go.
She's got VM keeping tabs on her while I'm busy looking at all the bushes that I'm trying not to drive over too much. I think I'm going to try and keep. I was fascinated how white her white on it. Now we need to try and keep with it. I think I'm going to try and keep uphill of where she is, simply because she's heading in that direction. If we keep on going downhill of where she is, we're going to lose her, creating distance rather than letting her come towards us every time. Once again, just the same principle applies when I'm following cats like this, is I'm always mindful of what their ears are doing. If her ears are pointing towards me, it means that she's taking more note of me than what she is of the bush around her, and I back off a bit. If her ears are pointing forward, then she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. I'm always mindful of what their ears are doing. If her ears are pointing towards me, it means that she's taking more note of me than what she is of the bush around her, and I back off a bit. If her ears are pointing forward, then she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. Oh, that is a fabulous, fabulous picture. Standing in this early morning light, into some broken areas again, right in front of our car. Her direction is always in a straight line, but she hardly ever walks in a straight line to get there, and it's near impossible to track her because of that. So we're going to have to go around this. And now she's busy creating distance. And we're going to have to go over this stump. It's going to sound a bit weird.